What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. We don't stop. I thought I told you that. We don't stop. I thought I told you that. We don't stop. Oh, man. I was just watching it. They had that on TV, man. I forgot how funny that was. Chris Rock's best movie. Him and Bernie Mac. Perfect combination. Putting Chris Rock and Bernie Mac together. Man, that head of state was something else. Now, anyway, while I'm here, let's get to discussions. And one of our discussions, ooh, I was having on the telephone with this LeBron lover. You thought LeBron could dunk from the half court line compared to the way this guy tell it. Anyhow, I had to remind him that David Stern once warned Adam Silver Slipper. He told Silver Slipper, he said, listen, Silver Slipper, LeBron James is who we thought he was, okay? You got to watch out catering to these athletes because the owners are like he told him. David Stern gave him great advice. He watched and shadowed David Stern. He knows exactly, like people just don't know because they didn't care about Adam Silver. He was there like all the time, present through all of this. So he's been there for years. They didn't just hand the keys to some new guy coming on the job. He knows the job, he knows how it's done, but his relationships is more player connected and player bound. Therefore, it leads to more confusion, more cloudy judgment, the whole nine. And David Stern had warned him. He said, do not do that because these are like your children that you have from two marriages. If you start showing love to one child or children from one side of the marriage, the other side of the marriage, your kids over there are going to get really jealous, meaning the owners. The owners are not going to like your catering over to the players. Now, you have to do what's best for the league, and that you got to find a way to have that balance to where you're taking care of the owners and the players don't hate you that much. That's the perfect balance. So naturally, everybody's getting ready to go back to the negotiating table again, and people are looking at a possible lockout. But after all of this COVID situation, that might take some restructuring. But the owners, who are very happy because they made a lot of money with Adam Silver, hadn't been happy this past season with a lot of players deciding where they want to go in trades, and they're controlling free agency and the trades, and the owner has no power, and he's basically losing his financial piece. So it's like, I'm paying out all this money, but I'm not reciprocating any of the benefits of being an owner. A lot of the teams in the the NBA are not really profitable. Some teams are taking a loss, but that markup is not really being shown based on the fact that other it's all grouped together as one big bowl. So you might have Golden State or the Lakers that are covering up the numbers for some of these other teams. But a lot of these teams' attendance are at a low, all-time low, based on streaming networks and other ways to watch the game. And one of the NBA's main problems is the oversaturation of the sport. And once David Stern was leaving and Adam Silver was coming in, Adam Silver knew how to, I mean, David Stern knew how to basically handle and deal with LeBron James. Uh, he's like, look, you're going to have access, you're going to get these things, but all these extra things that you're trying to get, well, don't come to me for it. I have no, no, I'm not going to do it. We've put you in the best position possible, so don't come for me. But it's just like a kid who knows which parent to go to. LeBron knew, I can't come up to David Stern and say these ridiculous requests, but I know I could get it out of Adam. Adam doesn't know anything about basketball and the way it should be done, so we can manipulate Adam to get what we want. So Adam just got Chris Paul and LeBron and said, look, you guys know basketball. I'm not going to get in the way of that. So anything you guys want to come up in the rules department, knock yourselves out. You guys play the game, not us. So you pick the rules that you guys want to play by, and I'll check with the owners and see if that's okay with them. They don't really care. You guys got your rules. Knock them dead. They was, thanks, Adam. And we need rest. Yeah, we be burnt out by our poor little legs. Do you realize NBA players used to play playoff games and back-to-back days? All those Piston Bulls series when it was physical, guys getting knocked to the ground, knocked out of the air, right? The whole game was in the league was physical at that time. But Pistons the only team that get credit for it. But when the league was like that, they played back-to-back games. And some teams were taking commercial flights. So they had to wait on what time the flight was leaving. That's the time that they could get on the plane and leave. They couldn't leave when they wanted to. They had to leave whenever the flight was scheduled. Like, you got to say, okay, game's over now. Flights are going out at this time, so now we can get a good flight and get in. No, no more of that. The Pistons changed that. By them being able to fly in, it showed David Stern, we got to step up. The Pistons were able to fly in on their own plane, round ball one, get extra rest because they had their own plane, so they can leave when they want. So they get to the hotel, get proper rest, get up, and go to the gym, shoot around, do whatever, and it was no problems. They stayed at luxury hotels. They didn't trash the luxury hotels. You had rock stars that would come there and was famous for trashing rooms, throwing stuff off the hotel balcony. But it's okay because they're rock stars. But NBA players like the Detroit Pistons, who were staying in 5-star hotels with some of the biggest stars in the world, right? They didn't trash their rooms. But David Stern saw something that he could model. He says if these NBA players here can do it, we got to step it up. So they put pressure, the NBA did, on all the other team owners to start chartering their own planes. To follow what the Detroit Pistons were doing. Now, the NBA players are allowed to stay at five-star hotels. Once they saw the Detroit Pistons doing it and how the hotel was very responsive and very receptive to them staying there. You know, you got fans wanting to come by and get autographs at the hotel. Now the rock star isn't just getting that. The NBA players are getting that. So now guess what? All the NBA teams are now staying at five-star hotels. Go figure, right? But what did they not do? Cater. Silver Slipper came in the era of technology. And as old school as Stern was, he kind of lost his identity with the new generation. He was lost. You know, he's a pull your pants up hippie. Dress code. You know, he slapped him with a dress code. All these tattoos. What are you in a gang? You know, that was Silver Slipper, you know, and I mean, that was Stern, you know, he was Stern. So, like I told people, the league was going to miss David Stern when he was gone. The league was going to miss David Stern when he was gone. Now, here's the other situation. David Stern, if he was still commissioner, you wouldn't see as much access to the NBA on YouTube. He wouldn't have wanted that deal. No. Uh-uh. David Stern is a very smart man, but he understands the game. He knows that YouTube is going to be the worst way to display the NBA because now it's going to be about individual plays instead of the game. It's all about, okay, how many points did this guy get? Let's watch a highlight reel of just this one player scoring buckets. No, it doesn't tell you about the game. It just shows you one individual scoring buckets or got a dunk or laid it up or blocked somebody, and you could take a highlight reel and make a video and say, man, this dude is he like one of the best players in the league. That's all it takes nowadays. That's all it takes. Just like that, your memory. The game's a memory. Nobody remembers the game. Hardly any of them watched it. Sure, you get clicks and views and people would check out things that they're doing, but now it's only the interest of people who don't even really like basketball. They just like highlights. So they're not going to sit through a game. Their attention span is short. So people are watching highlights and clips all the time and they're sharing it on their social medias and it's so accessible to the point where now it's like, why should I go to the game? All these players jumping from team to team every year. Why should I buy a jersey? Merchandising is going down. Ticket sales are going down. That means the cost of the tickets are going to go up. Got to make your money back, right? This is a growing fad, man. I mean, I've seen it time and time again, but this is what I tried to protect the world against. When I saw this coming a long time ago, I said, "Look, we gotta wake up here because this is going to be a growing problem that we're going to have for a very long time if people don't get involved and start paying attention. These owners are going to turn on Adam Silver Slipper real quick because their players are having too much fun and they're getting away with too much, and it's going to lead to the owners being very unhappy and putting their teeth down into these rules and saying, look, we're going to strike. We're not going to pay these babies any more money until we can get, some type of control out of it. Now he's talking about having mini tournaments and all this other dumb stuff and ruining the game even further. So, I mean, David Stern warned him. He warned you. So, that's all I got to say. And don't forget to check out the Patreon if you're a member. It's definitely cracking right now. I got Brian on the run. And it's more to come. Oh, you won't believe what he did now. I wish I could tell you right now, but it's a dirty move, Brian. It's a dirty move. You're dirty, Brian. You're dirty. You need a bath. No, I need a bath. I'm finna go take one. You want to support the page? Hit the Cash App up. The name's Carcino on the Cash App. Karceno. Thank you and God bless.